Good afternoon, students. Welcome back once again to the mathematics class. In today's lecture, we are going to study our next chapter, that is complex numbers. Complex numbers, where the numbers, already you know the number system. Before going to start the complex number, we'll see, or once we recapitulate the number system, right? Let's see. The set of natural numbers is nothing but n, already you know the natural number, that is n, and w, the set of whole numbers, it is I, the set of integers, q, the set of rational numbers, q dash, where the set of irrational numbers, and finally r is the set of real numbers. Up to real numbers you have studied up to in your 10th standard, it is SSLC, right? In the 11th standard we are going to study the complex number, that is continuation of real numbers. After real numbers we are going to study the complex number. Already you know well what is the natural numbers and what are the whole numbers, integers, rational, irrational, and real number. Finally, simply you can say n is subset of what? Integers, where I is, or we can say n is subset of w, that is whole number, w is subset of I is subset of q is subset of r, and similarly q dash is also subset of r. Up to real numbers only we know. Real number is nothing but what? It's a universal set which includes all the numbers. The real number which includes natural numbers, whole number, integer, rational, irrational, prime number, everything which includes a real number. Beyond that, after the real number, we have a complex number. How the complex number arises, let's see by using an examples, right? Already you know well the quadratic equation, you have studied it, is in SSLC, right? The quadratic equation is here, ax square plus bx plus of c equals to 0, where a, which is not equals to 0, right? It's the condition for quadratic equation. Now, to solve a quadratic equation, there are again three methods, right? There are three methods to solve a quadratic equation. Popularly, we can use two methods. That is, first one is factorization method, and second one is by using root formula method, right? Here, to solve a quadratic equation, to solve a quadratic equation by root formula. What is root formula here? Minus b plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac whole divided by 2a. Whether we solve the quadratic equation by using factorization method or by using root formula, we can find the roots of the given quadratic equation, where this b square minus 4ac, where b square minus 4ac is called as a discriminant, right? Which is usually denoted by a delta or d, discriminant value b square minus 4ac. In this again there are three cases. When b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, we get the roots of a quadratic equation depends on this only. Yes, the roots of a quadratic equation depends on this discriminant, whether it is greater than 0, less than 0, or equals to 0. Which kind of a roots we are going to get? When b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, what we get here? We get real and distinct root. distinct रूट्स, रियल रहेंगे वो और not equal रहेंगे, distinct रहेंगे, different values रहेंगे, they are not equal to each other. The roots which we get after solving b square minus 4ac is greater than 0. The roots are real but they are distinct to each other. Again, next, second case, when b square minus 4ac equals to 0. When b square minus 4ac is equals to 0, again we get real roots and the roots are equal. We get real roots, but the real roots are, both the roots are equal to each other, right? Next, finally, third one. It is important here, b square minus 4ac, when it is less than 0. The discriminant value b square minus 4ac, which is less than 0, then we come across the imaginary numbers. Imaginary numbers, or you can say complex numbers. Up to this much is okay. Up to this much is okay. When b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, it means a positive value. Greater than 0 means it must be a non-negative. It is positive value. It is a real and distinct roots we get here when it is greater than 0. When b square minus 4ac is equals to 0, then we get real and equal roots, whereas b square minus 4ac, when it is less than 0, when it is negative, then we come across imaginary numbers, right? That we will see by using examples these three cases. When b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, whether we are going to get real and distinct roots or not. When b square minus 4ac equals to 0, we will get real and equal roots or not. When b square minus 4ac is less than 0, finally we get imaginary roots or complex numbers or not. Let's check by using examples, right? Now first let us consider for x square plus 5x plus 6 equals to 0, right? The first example is x square plus 5x plus 6 equals to 0. Now take here root formula. A equals to what? 1, b equals to 5, c equals to 6. Now root formula is minus b under root of plus or minus b square minus 4ac upon 2a, right? Minus b means minus 5 plus or minus under root of b square means 25 minus 4ac. 4 ones are 4, 4 6 are 24, right? Divided by 2 into 1 is 2. Therefore minus 5 under root of 1 upon 2. Therefore minus 5 root 1 value is 1 only. Therefore what we get here, which implies minus 5 plus 1 by 2 or minus 5 minus 1 by 2. Finally what we get here, minus 5 plus 1 is minus 4 by 2 means minus 2, or minus 5 minus 1 is minus 6 by 2 means minus 3. See, when b square minus 4ac, it is 1 is here, right? B square minus 4ac is greater than 0 here. In this case what it is, b square minus 4ac is greater than 0. Therefore what we are getting, minus 2 minus 3 are the real numbers, right? Where minus 2 and minus 3 are distinct, they are not equal to each other. In the case b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, then we get real and distinct roots. Already we have said earlier. And finally we got it also. When b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, it is nothing but plus 1 is greater than 0, right? 1 is greater than 0. Similarly, let us consider one more example. X square plus 4x plus 4 equals to 0, right? Here also a equals to 1, b equals to 4, c equals to 4. It is minus 4. The formula is minus b plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Therefore minus 4 plus or minus b square means 16. 4ac, 4 1s are 4, 4 4s are 16 upon 2. Therefore minus 4 plus or minus root 0 means it is 0. Neglected, right? 0 by 2. Now minus 4 by 2. Minus 4, 2 1s are 2 2s are. Minus 2 plus 0. Minus 2 minus 0. It means what? Minus 2 or minus 2. Minus 2 or minus 2. When b square minus 4ac is 0, it is root value is what we are getting here. B square minus 4ac is equals to 0. In this case we are getting real roots, but they are equal. Already I said earlier, when b square minus 4ac is equals to 0, we get real roots and they are equal to each other. Hence we got minus 2 are the roots of the quadratic equation x square plus 4x plus 4 equals to 0. Next, finally, we come across our major example of this chapter, that is complex number, is x square plus 4x plus of 5, which is equals to 0. Here a equals to 1, b equals to 4, c equals to 5. Therefore minus b plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Now substitute the value. B means minus 4 plus or minus under root of b square is 16 minus 4ac means 4 1s are 4. 4 into 5 is 20, therefore 2, therefore minus 4 plus or minus under root of minus 4 upon 2. Now minus 4 plus or minus root minus 4, it is minus 4, which is nothing but less than 0. B square minus 4ac is what here? Which is less than 0. In this case, we are going to get imaginary numbers. So minus 4 plus or minus 4 under root of minus 4 by 2 is there. Now how to solve root minus 4? Whether it is rational or irrational. If it is positive plus 4, the square root of 4 we can write directly 2. But it is root minus 4 is there. In these cases, when we arise, in this case, the name of a scientist Euler, who invented or who introduced a new value for these kind of a negative roots. That is nothing but iota. The value is nothing but iota, that is I. Value is under root of minus 1. Now simply we can solve this by using iota. It is I equals to under root of minus 1. The Euler has introduced this iota. We can say I equals to root minus 1. Now substitute this here. Minus 4 plus or minus root 4 minus 1. Can we write like this? Minus 4. Both are in root only. We are writing separately. Now root 4 is 2. It is minus 4 plus or minus 2. Root minus under root of minus 1 value is what? I upon 2. Now simplify this, what we get here, which is equals to minus 2 plus I or minus 2 minus I are the root values of this quadratic equation. The meaning is to say, when b square minus 4ac is less than 0, that is negative value, then we come across the complex numbers, right? Usually we can say here minus 2 plus I is nothing but what here? It's a complex number which includes imaginary part as well as real parts, whereas minus 2, minus 1 are nothing but real numbers, where I is a imaginary part, that is under root of minus 1. Let's see the definition of complex number now. I hope you understood how the complex number arises. With the help of the quadratic equation, when b square minus 4ac is less than 0, we come across complex numbers. When b square minus 4ac is equals to 0, then we get two real and equal roots, whereas complex number b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, then we come across real roots and distinct, right? Now we'll see the most probably the definition, exact definition of complex number. How to define a complex number, right? See, the definition of a complex number now. The number which can be expressed in the form of a plus ib, where a comma b belongs to set of real numbers and value of I is under root of -1, and it is denoted by Z or C. Yes, the definition of complex number is the number which can be expressed in the form of a plus ib, where a comma b belongs to R. R means the set of real numbers. R stands for a real number, where the value of I is under root of -1. Already I said, the scientist Euler, who introduced the iota value, that is I equals to under root of -1. Earlier we have solved the example, that is x square plus 4x plus 4. This one, x square plus 4x plus 4, sorry, x square 4x plus 5 equals to 0. In this case, what we get here? -2 plus I, -2 minus I are the root value of this equation. Now it is in the form of what? A plus ib. Here a is -2, b is 1, right? Where I value is under root of -1. Therefore, it is in the form of complex number or not? -2 plus I, a is -2, b is +1, where I is under root of -1 for this case. And for this case, a is -2, b is -1, again I is under root of -1, right? Therefore, the complex numbers are usually denoted by Z or C. For example, if we take this only, for example, -2 plus I and -2 minus I. For example, Z equals to what? Z equals to -2 plus I, where this first part, that is -2, is what we call it as real Z. It is real part, purely real part, you can say purely real part, whereas I value, it is I or 1I, you can say I, it is nothing but imaginary of Z, that is purely imaginary part. Got it? The first portion, that is, it's a real part, purely real part, we can say real Z, we can denote like this. RE is nothing but real here. REAL, it is full form of a real. We can simply write in short, that is real. Z means the real part of a complex number, purely real part of a complex number. Whereas I, that is second portion, imaginary part, which includes I, is nothing but imaginary part. Therefore, imaginary Z, which is nothing but purely imaginary part of this complex number. Or similarly, you can take other example also. One more example is nothing but 10 plus 7i, right? Here z equals to what? 10 plus 7i, where 10 is, it's a purely real part, right? Whereas 7i is, which is purely imaginary part. It is imaginary part, it is real part, right? Just remember the first portion or first term of a complex number. Standardly, the complex number are usually denoted by a plus ib, standard form, which can be expressed in the form of a plus ib, where a is real part and ib is imaginary part, and a comma b must be belongs to set of real numbers and the value of I is under root of -1. This much is in this lecture series. In the next class we will study the modulus of a complex number, right? Modulus of a complex number and conjugate of a complex number, and moreover some algebra of a complex number is there. Already you know algebra of, that is addition of a two complex number, subtraction of two complex number, multiplication of two complex number, and finally division of two complex number. These are we will study in our next lecture. Therefore till then, take care, stay at home, stay safe. Thank you.